All right, good morning, everybody. It is 7:22 Central Time, and the jobless report drops at 7:30 Central. You're going to hear me talking, and you'll hear me responding to other people, but I have them muted, mostly because I like to listen to music while trading, and YouTube won't let me do that without violating some copyright rules. So apologies for that. Could go tankless. They use less propane. Yeah. Have you given your wife a budget to shop for the new home? Oh, that's right. You shared. Yeah, you shared that with me the other day. Roughly, yeah, yeah. We've had a couple of touch points across the top here, but just one to define the bottom. Is that a 30-second chart? Okay, yeah, that's I guess that's this right here. Yep, I see it. Well, my 1 minute. That's my 1 minute. Which, yeah, that is strange. Can't wait for you to get better internet access. Three minutes until the report. Man, the doctor's got me on some freaking medication that says no alcohol and no caffeine for the duration of time I'm taking it. And when it says no caffeine, it says no coffee, no tea, or chocolate. And I'm sitting here thinking, chocolate doesn't have much caffeine. Are you really that worried about if you're saying no chocolate? Yeah. Let's see. It'll be, it's red. It's a high impact report. But, I think it was Zach I was chatting with this morning. It's hard to tell how well this one's going to move the market since it's earnings week and the tech companies haven't reported yet. So I do expect it to move, but it may be a little muted because your big money is already where they want to be, especially with Netflix reporting today. They report today at the close. They're the first one out of the gate for us. Either way, I'm sure it's going to give us a scalpable trade. Oh, jobless is medium? My bad. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I probably just woke my wife up with that laugh. This weekend, we're going to start trading offices. So I'll soon have a door I can close. Yeah. Not a lot right now going on. There we go. Let's see. Folks have to say about those numbers. Worse than expected. Yeah. So I wonder, typically in these reports, we see an initial emotional reaction followed by what the money thinks about it. I wonder if that small pullback was that initial emotional response from retail traders. And then this is the trade right here. I'm about to have my first. My first was at 10. Go. That was my first, and I'm moving to break even. My second target here is at 20 points, just below the high of day. There we go. Targets are hit. Collectively, that was 30 points on that trade. Was a that was a good trade. Didn't get as much as it had to give, but I'm a big fan of being happy with the trade I made. You know, look at the sell imbalance that's happening here. Yep, yeah, with the current price being right in the middle, so you can basically see that there's a lot of sellers above here. I'm still trying to learn how to use this. I just came across this yesterday and thought this would be an interesting little thing to just overlay on top of my accounts in my control panel. I'll just stick that on top of it all and just leave my P&L there to watch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you have that anchored off of? Because my 2 hour, I actually haven't touched it yet. Yeah, when I reposition it based off of the last swing that it made before making a new low. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you've got it. Yeah, you've got it piercing through those two candles there. Yeah. Yeah, I use that first one. I use that first stochastics. Yeah, yeah, they've had it for a while. Yeah, I think they're just kind of going through their stuff, looking for things to blog about. So, Ninja Trader used to really not have any good trading out there or training out there, but now they've kind of really stepped that up and they're cleaning up their website. They're, being very active in their blog. And, it really makes sense for them to talk about, hey, here's the advantages of using a stochastic indicator. Here are the three different flavors of it that exist out there. And oh, by the way, if you want to, use these, here's how you get to them in our tool. Yeah, I like the way they're basically doing some info on the topic, and then they are you know saying how to get to it in the tool. The piece that I don't like is they show very basic things, right? They show things like you know sell when it gets above 80 and buy when it gets above 20, and that almost never works. I mean, if I look at the 1 minute chart, the purple line, that's the default stochastics. And so it generated a sell signal here. It generated another sell signal here, another one here, another one here, and it wasn't right until it generated that sell signal. And so you'd have gotten stopped out 3 times before the fourth one worked. Now then, if you marry that with something like divergence, right? Hey, we hit it. Oh, my MACD just made a new high. Well, we hit it again. Well, my MACD just made a new high. Well, we hit it again. Well, my MACD did not make a new high. And then the last time we hit it again, the MACD was very diverged. It was like a three drives at that point with lower momentum on all three. That, if you put those two together, you could probably do something with it. I really like my volume indicator. You take a look at like this breakout, why was I anticipating this breakout? Well, if we look at on balance volume when price was at these levels, it was parked here. And then we fell and we came back. And by the time we got to this trend line, our imbalance volume was at the same level it was when it made these highs over here, which basically meant the buyers had temporarily gained. Now, I'm not going to enter because OBV crossed over. I'm going to use that indicator in relation to price action that I'm seeing on the chart. Yeah. I'd definitely be letting her know, hey, by the way, that little thing that you did without talking to me first just cost us this much money. Tell her you're going to. Well, there's no penalty. The penalty should be, hey, you just cost us, 8 grand. So I'm going to take 8 grand out of your next paycheck from the rental property to cover that. Do you have a couch for me? Hmm. Yep. Hmm. Bit by bit. That's how you. That's how you get these funded accounts, and that's how you keep them. Hmm. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, despite how flexible that account is, I think it's the wrong account for most people. Most people have a hard enough time managing their $1,500 trail. Just, I mean, if you can't, that $1,500 trail means you've lost $1,500. If you can't manage that, you can't manage a 625 or a 675 trail. Yeah, I think it's 625. It's small, and that works if you've got the patience to sit back and look at your 3 minute and your 15 minute, and you spend days waiting for a very high probability setup trade that'll get you 100 points. And you do that a few times, and you get that thing up to where you've got a real $1,500 to $2,000 cushion. But your first couple of trades, you have to wait for them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, $1,000, 500 points. Mm-hmm. Hmm. That 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 230 needs to find its way closer to 280. uh, oh yeah, and you're gonna have a lot of volatility as the yeah. I mean, as I look today, I've got 83, 83, 84, 79, 80, 80, 78, 80, 81, 83, 82, 82. Those are my those are my accounts with today's P&L. So, generally speaking, I tend to pause my trading around now between 7:45 Central Time and 8:30 Central Time. The primary reason for that is, people are going to work, they're placing their positions. UK is positioning themselves for the US Open. There's several things that, in my opinion, just make this time period a little bit unreliable. So I'm going to stop trading and I will be back just a few minutes before the open. So I'll pause and then the video will restart when we get there. All right. Just unpaused. It is 7 minutes to the open. Daily is down. 120 is up. 30 minutes is up. I think it wants to break that downtrend line. 15-minute kind of agrees. 9 I just basically use as a directional filter. Yeah, I think it's a pullback. Yeah, I think my 3 minutes basically just showing a possible pullback before it breaks the downtrend that I've got off of those wicks. I'm going to try to be a little more verbose during the open today and talk more about what I see on the 1 and 3 minute candles. We'll see how successful I am at that, but we've got some folks being a little reckless during this time period, so I want to try to kind of cast my thoughts. Yeah, got small downtrend on the 1 minute there. We'll be looking for that trend line to break. That market depth chart shows more buyers stacking up than sellers here. But it's too close to the open for me to want to do anything, so I'm going to wait another roughly, 2 minutes, minute and a half, 2 minutes. Starting off, I'm looking for 20-point scalps because we don't have any setups. So I'll be taking one off at 10 points and then the second one off at 20. Got the countdown timer, 10 seconds to the open. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Right now, I am long biased. I'm looking for a sign of strength in that. That was not it, apparently. First target hit, move my stop into profit. It's a free trade now. Sipped. Looking to do that again. First target hit. Sip. New high of day. Second target's hit. Now that we're at my trend line, the one that's based off of the wicks, I'm waiting to see what it does here. Is it just a clean rejection? Does it break through and pull back? What depth shows there are a lot more sellers above here than buyers below. It's a significant difference. Price is that? That's right around 265. There's a wall around 265, which is right around the R1 for the day. Second run. Stops the bottom of the flag. Yeah, get hit. Trade copier. I think this is just a pullback. Mm-hmm. There was more selling volume on that pull down than there was buyers. But that might have been it. That just might have been a trend line retest. Bunch of market sell orders just came through. Yeah, nothing's changed. It's thinking about going up. I think it's headed there. I think it wants to. You can earn it back though by hitting your profit target. Yeah, I appreciate it. Can you leave again? Double top with some reasonable strength behind it. I think it'll keep going. choke my trail up. Yes, $40 trading one micro positive is good. You're up 20 net points. I mean, if you can net 50 points in a day trading that micro, you're going to be gold. That will scale very well over time. Yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm. Coming up on the R1. I'm going to keep my SIP down here at the consolidation breakout, just in case this can be a runner for the day. Yeah. I do like trading micros. They're low risk. They're easy to manage risk if you pay attention to that trail on the combines. Higher time frame on the 30-minute chart. We're coming up to a high volume node and a possible B point. Yeah, it would, because that would indicate resistance is sitting here at roughly 355. So maybe another 100 points on this. It has given a flag break on the 1 minute, but not on the 3 yet. So I think I want to wait for it to break R1. That way it can use R1 for support. I think I want to wait for that until I move my SIP up closer. I mean, I've already got, what is that, 16 plus 7, so roughly 20, what is that, 23 points of profit locked in? Locked in. There's a brick wall coming up here very soon. If this thing would slow down, I could tell you where it was. It's around 265. So about another 10 points up. Oh, it's at the freaking R1. That's the brick wall. And then we've got another one at 290 and then another one at 304. I'm going to drag this over to the chart that I'm streaming. Check that out. Does that not tell you something? Look at that. If you wonder where the big orders are, they're at the walls. You've got a wall built there, you've got one built there, and another one there. I can definitely do that. Push that over to our Discord. There you go. Um, so it's at the top of a move, and it was not significant volume on it, especially if you look at the 1 minute chart. So market makers will put dojis in like that to basically test a retreat. So I'm going to lock my profit. I'm actually going to move it down because I don't want to get sipped right there. Yeah, that's a low volume continuation test that they'll do. Yeah, it's a significant difference. It that didn't say reverse. Basically what happened there was people got really, really close to that brick wall and they retreated from it instead of entering through it. Because if there would have been real sell volume there, then we would see that in the candles. We don't see it in the candles. Yeah, sure. Now, the nice thing is this is a 3-minute flag. So on the 3 minutes, if this bar closes above the prior high that it made, I will drag my stop up to there, because then the trend actually has to change. All right, we're at that brick wall. There's a 300 lot order 2 ticks above high, and we're going to eat it. Nom, 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 nom. We just chewed right through it. Look at all of that. Could be. Could be. We're not showing divergence on our 3-minute yet. Our next brick wall is at, wish this thing would slow down, at roughly 290. Right. Do a little top down. Daily is hooking. 120 looks strong. 30 is very strong. 15 is very strong. I might be lazy the rest of the day and just trail a 3 minute flag. You know, well, so but here's something to consider. If we take a look at yesterday's high to the low and draw fibs on those, I've got those on my right chart for those of you checking it out. That's the fib set there. The we're at the 78%, almost of that. The 88% is going to be a typical place where you'll expect a pause. That's at 328. The next big wall that we've got is coming up at 290 and then again at roughly 300. Yep. So it depends on seasonality. Like right now, since we're in the middle of earning season, we didn't really, we're probably not going to see much from it. Yep. And was that year over year or month over month? I can't remember. Let me look real quick. I'll pull the data. Existing home sales month over month. So I would expect month over month to be low because this is December. Very few people move in December. So I would expect that, December versus November home sales to be worse. It just feels like seasonality. Yeah, for whatever reason, they were forecasting up and it was down 4.6. I don't know what the hell they were thinking forecasting. Mm-hmm. Next brick wall is at 300. That's a 74% retracement. If we look to the left on the 9-minute here for my directional chart, you're going to see that we had prior resistance there, right? We met resistance on this 3 drives. That was drive 2. We broke down, came back up and retested that level again and failed for yesterday's sell-off. And so we're back in that area. And so somebody's put a bunch of sell orders right there. Now then, on a move like this, you can expect a 23 to 38% pullback. So I'm going to draw fibs on this opening rise up. And even though I'm safely below this flag, I want to lock in some profit. So if it falls below 41%, it runs the risk of reversing trend. So I'm going to move my SIP up to 236. So that gives me about 43 points locked in. Oh, yeah? Nice trading, Brett. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Got a wall here at 300. We ran from it last time we got close to it. Let's see if they moved it. Let me. Yeah, it's right here at 300. Let me scroll up and see how big that is. 280, 300. What are we looking at there? 507 lots sitting on 302. So yeah, that's a good size order sitting up there. This is a double top on the 1 minute now. So I'm going to sell this current position because that's going to break the trend line. Now I'm going to get back to scalping after locking in 80 points on that run. Yep, thank you. Yep, come on. First target is hit. Oh, it sipped me early. Moving to break even after my first target was hit. Second target is just above the 38%. I'm pretty confident we're going to get there. I'm going to give this thing some room to breathe. Yeah. So I'm going to move my stop to the top of this candle that just happened. That was a trend line retest. Getting close to the profit target down there. But I'm going to go ahead and move to break even. It very well could. I mean, these candles are, I mean, I'm getting, 10-point candles on my 20-second chart. You did bring up a good point there. There we go. Yeah, it's hooking like there's a pullback. Yep. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for it to come down here near the 38% retracement. That's my profit target is before we get there. Yep. There we go. Profit target was hit. And now I wait. Now I'm going to wait to see what it's going to do next. Because we just did a 50% retracement of today's rise from the open. So 2-hour is still strong. 2-hour looks like an inverted head and shoulders, and we just went to its neckline. And we would have to, yeah, yeah. Ideally, we'd get back up there and make another candle or two in this range before we came down and made a right shoulder. 30-minute looks pretty good. Volume is really good behind this move. 15-minute 15-minute MACD isn't showing divergence, but it's hooked. So I'm looking for a bounce opportunity. This could be on a higher time frame. This could be retesting my 2-hour trend line break. If you draw that 2-hour trend line across the wicks, the highest wick before it made the lowest low, we broke through it and didn't retest it. So this could just be a retest of that area on a higher time frame. And that lines up with the 61% retracement. Yep, probably. This trade is not what I wanted that ATM to be set up to, so I'm killing it. Thought I reprogrammed this ATM this morning. Apparently I didn't. Still like the trade. Yeah. Yeah, we got within about 8 points of it or so. First target hit. And I'm locking in SIP. Cover commissions. Cut the stake up real nice and tiny for it. Yeah. This might be lose fifth wave and Brett's opportunity to pick it up a little lower. It's $1. It's $1. You need 3 ticks to cover commissions. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You might have them set up wrong. It's like $1 or something like that. Re-entered just before the trend line break. First target hit, moving to break even. Second target's hit, and now I'm letting one run, and I'm going to lock in commissions on this last one. Thank you. How much have I? Yeah, I've locked in, between 497 and 506 so far, trading micros. Yeah, I think we had just gotten out of the habit of really talking through our plays. This this retest here might take me out. I'm going to go ahead and just move down to here, which is a 30-second flag. Yeah. Uh, you're right. You're right. I'll let it hit me and re-enter if needed, and I'll just re-enter with 1. Unless it makes a new low. That's a trendline break retest right here. I should have trusted my instinct. It does. That's a good candle so far. Even with that wick on top, it's a good candle. Gets up a little bit more. There, I'm sipping. Nice job, Zach. We're coming up on the brick wall at 300. It's still there, and it's a 500 lot order that's sitting there. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. 302 is the number we want to pay attention to. At 302, there's a 509 lot order sitting right there. It is. It is. I think it's going to take it out. Oh, here we are within a few points of it. Well, it's hard to tell when you're going to get a runner. And Lulu, until you beat your trail, penalizes you for those. So you need to hit your targets. Here we go. Oh, we got within a point of it. Yeah, there we go. Nom, nom, nom. We ate through that thing hard. Dang. It's a lot of freaking buy orders. This is spectacular. Today feels good being on the right side of everything. I, I figured because, since I'm going to talk through and be more vocal, it would slow me down a little bit, cause me to trade a little bit less, and make me more careful. So I wanted to start talking through things. $400 a day is really good income, actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good call. I should have gotten out at the 127. Yep, yep. You should trade. Maybe you should trade some on Monday until that's not the case. I don't think so. I don't want it. Uh, because the commissions are free because they've increased the spread and they're selling your order book. Yeah, yeah, yep. Interactive Brokers has some of the best fills out there. They don't sell your order book and they charge you commissions. You know, if you're a low volume trader, sure, zero commissions aren't bad, especially if you're a low volume swing trader. It can help you with your profitability. For my opinion, if you're a day trader, this that spread matters. Yeah, I would swing trade my Thinkorswim. I don't know that I'd want to actively day trade it because you're going to lose a couple of cents off of what another broker might be able to give you. This might have just been an ABCD. This 1 minute candle closes at a new high. That's what I'm going to assume just happened. A small three-wave corrective move after that giant freaking order it had to eat. The next wall is at 31, 330. See how big that is. 154. It's not horrible. I'm going to move my profit target below that. Hmm. 3 minute did not cross over. I don't know how well I trust this. I want to trail my 20-second flags. A lot of market sells happening, or surges or market sells. Another one. Market buy. Market buy. Market sell. Market sell, market buy, sell, buy. There's more market selling happening here than buying. This takes out my SIP, then this is a trend defining move versus a trend line break. That was close. Yeah, there it went. So mm-hmm. Just did a double bottom, but on worse momentum and worse volume. I'd like to see it make a D-leg off of this weird bearish harmonic that it looks like it's forming on the 1 minute, 30-second. Mm-hmm. There we go. I'm sipping this now. Well, they moved their freaking order. Suckers. Low volume doji. We hit the 88% of the of yesterday's high. This last spike up, we hit it. Yeah, I've got it sitting at 328. So we just now hit it. Two low volume dojis back to back. Not really a doji. I guess one of them's a shooting star, the other one's a hammer. I mean, even this candle doesn't have the volume it should on the 1 minute. Yep. That was a good volume hammer. It was okay, but I mean, compared to the last couple of candles. That's going to take it. I'm going to kill it before it does. Yep. Don't let it eat you up. Possible head and shoulders or 3 drives being made here, but I think I want to take a breakout scalp. First target hit. Stops in profit now. Just chewing through that big order here in just a moment. Almost through it. And it's almost through it. There it went. Just ate it. Target's hit. Nice. We've got another brick wall here. Where is that bad boy? That sucker's huge. All right. 395 to 397. Let me scroll on up there and see what's going on. 395-ish. Here we go. Oh, wow. 396. 661 lots parked up there. Take a screenshot of that. You do not have to have lifetime license. If you take a look at your NinjaTrader, just go into new in your command center, new and depth chart. You should be able to do that with your Lilu or Apex license. Yeah, man. And then you might have to, I'm kind of curious for somebody who hasn't bought what I've bought. I pay like an extra $10 a month to have access to full order book depth. So I'm curious if somebody else is able to see so far away from current price. Post it for me. All right. Let's see. You may not have market depth. When you've got your Superdome open, how much price do you have? Do you just see like one tick, price like one tick above or below, or does it like fill in 10 or? Sure. All right, man. Okay. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. Yep. Oh, this is sad. Bloomberg. Aston Martin is struggling to keep its turnaround going. I don't want Aston Martin to fail. Right? Which one have the option? Yep. It's a nice retracement. I think that was the high. Looking at the 3 minutes and the 1 minute, actually, we had a nice three drives on lower momentum each time. Volume was there, but momentum was fading with each new level. So that 161 was not bad. I grabbed another 10 or so points off of the breakthrough trend break. And I think I'm done. I think I'm done after that. All right, everybody, that has me done with my stream for the day. This is my trading. Here is a taking a look at the final P&L. Let's see. There you go. So you can see these are the active accounts being traded. They're up over $600 each, and this big one down here on the bottom, that is that's my charting. I use a sim account to chart from on the NQ, and all of these are being copied, as you can see over here. They're being copy traded to MNQ with a 1-to-1 ratio. So feel free to like, share it with others, and leave feedback. Thanks.